So here we are, Craft Beer Budz. This is the second shoot. We're still in the R&D phase. You'll see today we have a different setup. Cousin Vinny went back to Maui. Cameraman Mike, who is no cameraman, that's just what we were calling him. He's got some emotional issues he has to deal with this weekend. I think there might be some electroshock therapy that might be part of it. He will be back with us next week. So for now, we have Matt is back. We have two mics. So
we're gonna need a nickname or something.
No, well here, and I'm gonna hook you up right now. These guys were nerding out on video games while I was finishing getting set up. So, you are now Super Mikey-O, because I'm going to get you a little hat and a little suspenders, and you are just going to be Super Mikey-O.
It's great with the mustache.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Mikey-O.
I was going to say Super Mario, but then Cameraman Mike, who I think we're going to have to call Zima Mike, because... He likes Zima, and he's not a cameraman. So.
He was loving those sour beers, though.
Well, he don't know anything. But as you can see, we have some matching glassware now. But let's take just a moment to introduce our newest cast member.
Hello.
This is right now, I guess, just plain Mike for now until we figure out what else we're going to call you.
Sure, I will earn a nickname over time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
And we got Mike from SD Beer Friends on Facebook. If you haven't seen the other episodes, we got Super Mikey-O and Matt from nextdoorneighbor.com. These guys live like right in my neighborhood. And when everything kind of started to fall apart for this weekend, that's when I reached out to SD Beer Friends, and Mike was up to the challenge.
I'm excited. I made it through the rigorous 18-week audition process that you had. There was a lot of hoops to jump through, but I'm here and I'm excited to try out some beer.
He's on it. And he has a background in improv, so now we're just going to take about 10 minutes and
sure.
let Mike entertain us. Go!
I have a one-man show. It just takes about 30 minutes, so if I could just get a suggestion. No.
Need to bring your harmonica?
Yeah. I brought a bunch of instruments. I'm going to bring those out.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for the beer is the main reason that I'm here. So
who can blame you?
Yeah. I think we all.
All right, well, I need one. After all, I mean, I could tell a whole long, sad story about getting from when I woke up this morning to these cameras rolling right now, but I don't think anybody wants to hear that. So I'm going to go load up some beers, and I'll be right back.
All right.
You guys, Mike, feel free to entertain us while I'm gone. I'll try and be fast.
All right. Well, let me just do some dance here. No, I'm excited to try out the beers here. I personally like stouts. I'm super into stouts lately. And then I used to like I still like Hefeweizen a lot, but that's I don't know. Is that weird? Is it not sophisticated enough to like Hefeweizen?
No, I think we talked about this last week a little bit, where everybody has the beers they're gonna like. Everybody's palate's different, so. While Cameraman Mike likes Zima and sour beers.
Well, that is not an acceptable palate, period. Go ahead.
Other people are going to like IPAs, and some people only like the fruity IPAs or the resiny IPAs. But yeah, I think everybody's palate is different. As we said last week, talk to your bartender, tell them what you like, tell them what you don't like, and around here
just
especially.
experiment.
I like IPAs. I feel like I have to pair them with something. Like, I feel like a stout, I can sit down and I can just drink a stout. Like, it's just drinkable as is. But if I get an IPA, I feel like I gotta have, like, food on the side, or I have to... And partially because of the booze, but just because, like, it's a little bitter, it's not as enjoyable. It's very rare that I can just, like, sit down and drink an IPA and be like, this is a great IPA, and that's all that I do. I don't know. What do you think?
Not necessarily. I like IPAs because of the bitterness and the character that they have.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Take one, pass it down.
IPAs.
All right. Speaking of what looks like IPAs here.
Thank you.
That's a fizzy yellow beer.
There you go. Right. Yeah, actually, that's funny you say fizzy. I thought to myself when I was picking out some beers, I thought, you know what? I should just grab like some Bud Light or something. And I may, actually, if you look in my kitchen, there are 3 Modelo's sitting in the sink. They were in a cooler for like 6 months and forgotten. And then they've been in the sink there for a couple of months because I've been trying to figure out what to do with them. And I thought, you know what? I should just throw a couple of them in the refrigerator and pour those. But then I remembered I would have to drink them too. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do that.
Sink-aged Modelo.
Classic.
I like that. That's a whole new genre of beer. So, okay, just to recap briefly, I know what these beers are, obviously, because I'm pouring them. These guys don't. It's all about the blind taste test. And actually, after last weekend, I realized that I served 2 beers that nobody can get anymore, unless they find them on tap or if they bring them back, the McKellar beers. They're all special one-offs. And I thought, okay, well, that's pretty stupid because why are we going to talk about beers that people can't get? So I'm trying to go, I'm not going to say mainstream, but I'm trying to get a little bit more accessible today. And with that, I'll go last. So why don't we let the new guy go first?
Sure.
You know, smell it, tell us what you get on the nose, what it tastes like, etc., etc.
I will say that I'm not super sophisticated. This smells not super boozy, like a lagery almost, maybe. Maybe a little bit of fruit. I'm not sure about that. Maybe give it a shot here.
I can't put my big nose in there.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. That tastes a little bit like Bud Light, actually.
Oh, the producers of this beer will
No.
be pleased to hear that.
No. It smells great, and it's a full body, I guess. Is that a thing people say about beer? And the aftertaste is real nice. It's a real sort of smooth aftertaste coming through. How's that? Oh gosh, I'm so nervous. I feel like that was a terrible
You
read.
failed. That's it. You know what?
It's much better than Bud Light.
You know what? Hand it off to whoever you want to. I always go last, so you could either pass it off to Mike or Matt or.
What do you think? How wrong was I?
It's a it's a lager. It's a lot like what you might find with a macro brewery. No bite, no weird taste. Clean beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Very
I agree.
clean.
Yeah. Maybe I was wrong about the fruit. I don't feel that. Now that I've gone back again, I don't know if there's any.
Are you feeling
extra
self-conscious
flavors or
now
anything.
because because Mike didn't agree or Super Mikey-O? Sorry, we got to differentiate.
I stand by that. Strong, straight up lager, pretty straightforward.
Now, I'd like to point, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got to point out, I was watching another video, Matt kind of takes a bath in it. He shakes it around.
So I'm trying to get.
But I'm wondering, what is your hand going to do to the flavor?
So I'm
of the beer?
trapping in. Well, they're kind of big fills, so I'm trying not to get it on my hand, but I'm trying to trap the air in there. So I'm releasing some of those esters and smells. Things like diacetyl and other off flavors are kind of hard to pick up until they've gotten released, especially in something like this.
Right.
So by trapping it in there and giving it a swirl, and then I can give it a smell right away, I'll have more of that released to see if I smell anything off.
This is an easy beer. This I think would a lot of people would like this beer.
Well, and I just want to reiterate, if you haven't seen the earlier videos, Matt is really the beer nerd. In addition to all these guys apparently being video game nerds, Matt kind of really brings the most knowledge. So
What would you call it? Dihydroxide? What's that?
Diacetyl. So that would be almost as like a cream corn taste in beer. It's considered an off flavor. Like you do not want that.
You don't want that.
And
okay.
that I'm not picking up any diacetyl in this beer at all. I agree with you guys. It's either a lager or maybe a cream ale. I'm getting a little bit of yeasty flavor out of it personally. But yeah, it's just a fizzy yellow beer, which
wow.
That seems harsh. I don't know who made it, but
Well,
I
Well,
don't think
this
there's
is
anything
very-
harsh with that at all.
Yeah.
This is a type
No,
of beer that's good.
it's true. It's very
easy to
straightforward.
drink.
Yep, very
Yeah.
straightforward. It's just
nothing
it's
weird
right
about
down the
it.
middle.
It's
There's
It's a good beer.
Well, I did pick this as the first beer because I figure rather than go with something like a sour like we did last week, we'll ease into it. Maybe I'm not going to say that we're going to follow a progression because that might give stuff away.
Right.
But I did want to start with something kind of, I would say mainstream.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be, I would classify this as a type of mainstream beer.
It feels like it has a little more body than at least some of the really light lagers, like a Bud Light. Like this, I'm not saying it's a Bud Light, but
I'll take that bullet. Apparently, no, I don't think that's a Bud Light. I think you're right. It's a little bit more full body than like a Coors Light or Bud Light or something.
Yeah,
like
like
that.
it's not. I don't think it's an American light lager. We'll see, but
Well, okay. Anything else? Okay.
Straight down the middle.
The thing that it kind of sucks because I do know what this is. It also falls into the category to something that I haven't had before. But I am not like the most like I've said, I know what I like. I don't fancy myself a Cicerone or even, I just don't have the palate for it. But I will say this, even at the expense of kind of knowing in advance, even if I didn't know, honestly, did nobody get any Belgian style out of this when they drank it?
not really. I mean, as I said, I got a little bit of yeastiness to it, but
Because, when I drank it, I was like, this, even if I didn't know there is some kind of Belgian thing. It's not like the whole banana clove overload that a lot of Belgians have. But I would have guessed if I did. And in fact, I think in the future, I might try and get other people to maybe bring a bottle. I don't mind supplying the beer, but it's like, if I always know what it is, I want to develop my own palate as well. And if I always know what everything is, I don't know if it's coloring my perception because I know up front.
Yeah, we can bring a blind bottle for you for sure. Yeah.
So, it just means you'll have to go pour it so I don't see what you're doing.
That's fine. Like I said, when I first smelled it, there's a little bit of some sort of fruit or banana clove, like you said, but it's not strong at all. Like it's definitely straightforward.
With you saying Belgian, the only thing I could think of, if it is a Belgian, would be like a Belgian table beer, like a single. And if it is, it's brewed extremely cleanly. I'm not, as I said, I picked up a little yeast at the beginning, but.
And I'm not a big fan of Belgians, but I'll say right now, I could drink plenty of these with no problem.
Yeah.
It's a good beer.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if I'm looking for like flavor or something that's exciting, I wouldn't call this exciting. This is not a super exciting beer.
Yeah, I want to drink this while I'm playing soccer or
right. I wouldn't.
Or watching a football game. Like I don't need something that's. I want something that goes down easy.
I don't know what it is, but if I'm going to a craft beer bar,
I like women that go down easy. But
Hey there.
That's a whole different story. This is.
a little more expensive than beer. But if I'm going to a craft beer bar, I'm not picking up something like this. Like this is a summer day hanging out. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, there's I don't want to say it lacks character because it's a good beer.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I would drink it, but it's definitely.
I hated it. That's why my glass is empty.
Yeah, we're all still drinking, so it's not Bud Light.
All right, so we ready for the reveal?
Let's have a reveal.
All right, let me go grab the bottle.
We need to get a cardboard tube and pull it up and show the.
Yeah, so he brings it out at the same time.
Yeah, show the reveal of what
Here it is.
What the bottle is here.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe
We gotta hide it or put a cloth over it or something. We'll reveal it here on tape.
Yeah, we obviously hated that beer.
Yeah, no.
Because we all.
I think it's tasty. I liked it, but
It's a classic lager type.
Right, but I would say
easy drinking.
Yeah, when I'm looking for like something fun or something interesting to try, it's not something that I know what it tastes like, and it seems like this I would see it and know what it tastes like.
Here's the beer, and this is in the spa wrap.
Okay, it's been.
How's that?
It's been chilling in the steam room for a while.
And all right, here we go. Dun, da, da, da.
Orange wit. Ah. I didn't taste the orange at all. I've had this before.
But you know what? It was funny because you said fruit and then backed off of it. Now I didn't really get a lot of the orange. I mean, it's just kind of. I didn't get a lot of the orange, but I did think Belgian when I tasted it. I was like, this has that kind of, and that's probably the yeast that you're talking about. Belgians kind of have that influence, I think. But yeah, I like it.
That's interesting. Now I have ordered that at bars because I do want something that's like clean and orange and nice. And when I order it, it's much more orangey. And even this, the last sip that I just had, did not taste as. It was interesting.
I picked up no orange.
Yeah,
I didn't get any orange.
No orange at all out of that one.
Yeah, I didn't either. Super Mikey-O, pass it down. I'll let you finish it off. Let's see.
What's the bottle date on that?
That's a good idea. Let's have a look. Hopefully it's fresh.
You just gave us a nice yeast bath down the bottom.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry about that.
Went down the bottom there.
So this is 5.2% ABV. Our coastal take on a traditional wit beer is infused with orange zest, coriander, and orange blossom honey. This light body beer has a sunny citrus zing, with a hint of earthy spice, and pays homage to Coronado's Main Street Brew Pub home. Take this bright brew for a spin, so refreshing it'll keep you coming back for more. I won't argue with that. It was good. It went down nice. Yeah. I like it.
I can drink that definitely between big beers, like at a beer bar.
Sure.
Like, really to like clean the palate off and.
But
I could have done it between every one of those bar beers we had last week.
But that zing was not in the glasses that we had. It was not very zingy. I don't know, not very zingy. So, and like I said, I've had it.
Beer between a beer.
When I order it and I'm looking for orange and I'm ready for orange, I feel like it's stronger.
That's why I was asking about the bottle date, because a lot of those flavors will drop out.
Yeah, well, I mean, this isn't like super hoppy, so they tend to hold up. But yeah, the bottle, well, it's not that bad. The bottle date is 12/28.
Yeah, that's not terrible. That's what,
it's not
2
bad.
months.
Yeah. For this kind of beer, I think it's fine. And this is the other challenge. It's like I'm looking at what to buy, and there's beers that I want to try. But if I see dust on a bottle, I'm not. I want to get that beer, but it's not going to be fair. And I don't have the time to go to every brewery. And now, hopefully, when we all become a smash success, they'll be like, "Hey, can we send you some beer?" And we'll get the freshest of the fresh.
So if you're watching and you have beer that you think is better than this,
send it our way.
Send it along.
What he said. Okay, now I also realized completely, I was almost going to say something that could trigger people, but a mentally challenged thing that we did last week was, thumbs up, thumbs down, half a thumb. No. We need to give these numerical ratings so that at the end of the session, we can say who scored the highest. So, and I forgot the frickin' pen in my pad. So, let me, I think I got one right here.
Is it like 1 through 20,000 or 1 through 5?
Let's go to 1 to 5.
1 through 3 million.
1 through 5 or 1 to
3
10?
million. I guess
1 to 10.
1 million.
I think
250,000.
probably good.
Untapped does 1 to 5, but they have decimal increments, right?
Oh, we can't follow them. Let's go 1 through 6.
Yeah, we're one more.
Or 1 through 11.
We're
I actually had a
all the way up to
all the way up to
this beer
11.
goes to 11.
buddy in college who always argued that you should always use a 1 to 3 rating system because it's either good, bad, or right there in the middle. And
you know what? I'm down with 1 to 3. That kind of simple. And you know
it's
what?
Almost like thumbs.
I was gonna say thumbs is 1, 2, and 3, right? Like or
well, no, because we were doing half a thumb, or
we
1
even had
thumb, or 2 thumbs,
Yeah, so that was
and
4,
nothing
right?
really got a full thumbs down. I don't think.
No.
All right.
But let's do 1 through 3 because that's actually how I rate video clips as well. 1 obviously being the best, 2 being if I need it, and 3 being unusable. So I think 1 to 3 is good. Everybody down with that?
Is 1 the best or 3 the best?
You know what? No, we should have 3 the best because we want to have the beer with the highest score.
Yeah.
It's not like golf.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm going to give this beer...
And just a quick question, sorry to interrupt. Can you give it a 0? It's just 1 is the worst.
If you hate it,
okay.
yeah, sure.
So 0 is on the scale, but 1 is sort of the mediocre.
You only pull out the 0 if it's
right.
like...
If you get a 0, you need to rethink your...
0's, I would never drink this. I would never look at it again. All right, got it. Great.
So, all right, who wants a rate first?
I'll give it a 2.
2.
I feel like 2 is a strong standard score. I wouldn't even go. Can I go decimals? I would maybe go 1.5.
Oh, we can go halves. I'll
right.
say we can go halves.
I would go 1.5. Actually, I'm surprised because when you revealed the bottle, I know that beer. I've had the beer before, so I'm surprised that I wasn't as into it. But either this specific bottle or just, seeing the beer blind, I would think I would go 1.5. It's got its definitely like good places. There are good places that you would want to drink this, and like you said, like maybe as a palate cleanser or something a little bit lighter, I'd go for it. But I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that I would open the bottle and be like, you have to try this or it's really amazing.
Oh, I agree. I like this, but is it you got to try this? No.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 2, but I agree with you. I don't know that this is the best representation of that beer. And that's kind of the problem with doing one-off tastes, right? Like every beer is different, and how that bottle might have been handled in the store it was in, or how it was shipped, or maybe the guy threw the pallet around, it got shaken up. Like we're just
maybe
bringing
it
this
rolled
beer
around on the floor of my truck while I was driving around. No, I didn't. I actually picked this up literally like 5 minutes from here, so it's not like it got abused in my car for very long.
But yeah, I mean, we can only judge the beer that's in front of us, so yeah, 2.
And judged you are. So I will, I'm going to give it a solid 2 also.
Yeah, I don't think any of us disliked it.
Yeah, I mean, we all
For sure.
finished
No.
every ounce of it.
Yeah,
But I don't think
quickly, I might add. We might have a lot to say, and it might be getting drawn out, but the beer went pretty quick.
Yeah.
Whereas last week we had beers that never made it to the end.
Oh, really? There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a couple facets of this rating system. We have a number, but it's also how much have you actually had. So.
Yeah. So, all right, I think that covers it. We're going to move along to the next beer. Craft Beer Budz. Welcome to Mike, our newest member. If you want to know more about Super Mikey-O and Matt, look at some of the older episodes. Did we mention that I got you off of SD Beer Friends? Did we cover that?
Yeah, I joined a Facebook group. It's all about beers, and you posted that you're looking for this, and who wouldn't want to come out and hang out and talk about beer and check this out? So thank you very much for having me.
Some of my friends, apparently, but but now that they've seen what we're doing, it's a different story. So
They're
They're going to be lining up at the door.
Zero to that.
Yes, they will. But okay, so remember,
I'm just curious. Who do you expect is going to call you?
I was gonna say, yeah. I might need to use that to call our number later.
you know
Is
what?
that the beer?
This is actually.
police or
I'll
something?
talk about it in the next
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
How about that? All right, thanks for checking us out, Craft Beer Budz. Remember, if you're gonna punish your liver, make it count. If it's not craft, it's crap. Cheers. We'll see you next time. And we have empty glasses, but we'll remember to do a better cheers next time. So on to the next beer. See you on